Hi, this is Tim Hawberry, and basically we use two techniques to implement our Pac-Man agent. The first one is multicolor tree search, and we use UCB for the balance of exploitation and exploitation. So um, at first we try to use the MCTS all the way, but it performed pretty bad because the state space is too large and sometimes the condition of win and lost is hard to define. So we decided to limit the state space by choosing some specific scenario and set some goals to be a local wins or loss condition. So the scenario we choose is that our defender is on the enemy's territory and a by normal I mean not scared ghost is observable. So the local win conditions we set up is get a score by carrying the food back home or eat a capsule. And the local loss condition we set up is like get eaten by a ghost. And besides, we would give some small reward for the agent if it eats a food or get away from a ghost. By small, I mean like give a value between 1 and 0. So this approach works as expected for most of the time. So sometimes there will be some exception. And when we the second method we use is heuristic search. And at first we try to use A star to be our heuristic algorithm, but it takes too much time. So we decided to use greedy search for the scenario like we have a certain target like a food, a capsule, or an invader. So we can just use the heuristic algorithm to get to the goal. So by using greedy search, although sometimes it may stuck in a local optimal, but it actually saves much time. So we choose greedy search as our heuristic algorithm, and the heuristic function we used is the maze distance, which is admissible and consistent.
The offenders, which is the Pac-Man, would apply 6 strategies and use the 2 AI method mentioned before. The first strategy is that the Pac-Man would give up the last 2 dots and return to his own side. The second strategy is that when the offender is very close to the enemy Pac-Man, he will act as a defender, which means he will return to his own side and to eat the enemy Pac-Man. The third strategy is that the Pac-Man would greedy eat food by using heuristic search when it is safe. And the safe condition is that there's no near ghost, or the nearest ghost distance is greater than 5, or the ghost is scared and the scared timer is greater than 5. The fourth strategy is that when the Pac-Man is closer to the capture than the ghost, it will go to the capture taking the shortest path by using the heuristic search. And the fifth strategy is that when the Pac-Man is carrying too much dot and the settings is greater than 5, you will go home immediately. And the sixth strategy is that in any other complex situations, the Pac-Man would apply the UCT, which is the multicolor tree, to find the best action.
The defenders have several strategies. First, at the very beginning, the defenders will come to the center of the game. If the defender is more than 3 squares away from the central boundary, it will come to the central boundary and patrol along the boundary. Secondly, the defenders will check the nearest invader in sight. If it finds a nearest invader, it will try to eat the nearest invaders. Thirdly, you will check if there's a food being eaten compared to the last round. If there is, it will go to the disappeared food position and in order to eat the inventor. Fourthly, if the inventor itself has been scared, it will keep a certain distance with the inventors in order to not being eaten nor lost sight of the inventor. In the situation other than the situation above, the inventor will apply linear methods to find the best action, which is having the most value. The linear method is feature times weight method.